Hey everybody, welcome back to my Eurovision React Review channel. So this morning I am catching up with all things Eurovision in my Airbnb in New Delhi in India as I wait for my flight to return back to Milan. I've now decided that if you watch my Lithuania version, I was saying that I got woken up by a peacock. It's now parakeets. But they're not waking me up, they're just a little annoying. Not sure you can hear them. But yeah, I'm doing this. I'll try and do this for every video. The view from my balcony. I'm in House Kaz, which is a great part of New Delhi. It's quiet, it's old, there's a park, there's a lake. Surely you can hear those parakeets. They're really loud. But yes. Right, I'm having a small break before my next recording. So I need to catch up with those parakeets, man. I need to catch up with Estonia. Okay, so back onto Wee Wee Blogs, and obviously I'm familiar with this name. This is the name that seems to have been bandied around for months now in regards to people's excitement, but also people's hopes that Estonia would send this. So, I mean, this Eurovision season has been quite difficult for me to be able to follow it in the way that I have in the past. Both a conscious decision and an unconscious decision. I have said quite a few times that I was going to try and be a bit more sustainable this season, try and do things on this channel that allows me to continue to enjoy it and doesn't feel like it's a chore, because it goes against why I set this channel up. So as a result of that, like, I did manage to catch in live with the semi-final results and the performances, so I'm familiar with a lot of these songs. I didn't go away and listen to the automatic qualifiers. I didn't have time to do that. But I think in regards to Eesti Laul this year, there just seemed to be two names just that kept propping up. 5miinust and Puuluup and Ollie. Both in regards to what people wanted, and equally what people thought Estonia should send that would potentially do well at Eurovision. So it did seem to be a two-horse race. Now, seeing this name, it is now very evident Ollie has not won. That is 2 years in a row. Now, I'm quite intrigued to see where Ollie came. Eesti Laul results. Okay, the juries. 9 juries presented points. Ollie was first in the juries with 74. Okay, and then 5miinust and Puuluup was 67. So there wasn't a huge discrepancy in the jury points, despite the fact that Ollie was first and 5miinust and Puuluup were third. So they had a super final. The following songs qualified. And then, okay, we don't have necessarily any tangible results, but other than we know who's first, second and third. Ollie comes second again 2 years in a row. Bless him. Oh, bless him. Okay, right, nonetheless, I can't remember when I did my ranking which one I preferred. Did I prefer Ollie or 5miinust? Because I did try and rank the ones that I had heard at the end. I can't remember. I just remember 5miinust and Puuluup being very fun. And I hadn't heard the studio version. A lot of people said, listen to the studio version. Because obviously the semi-finals were in a studio. And as a result, a lot of people had to either watch the music video or listen to the recording, the produced recording. I didn't do that either. But nonetheless, the final of Eesti Laul is in an arena, right? So I don't really remember how this song goes either. So Eurovision fans, I think, will be happy, other than maybe rock Eurovision fans or people that love Ollie. But I think even people that loved Ollie, I don't think there was a campaign against 5miinust and Puuluup. So yeah, let's remind myself how this song goes. Can't remember it. And I just remember it being fun. I remember it being upbeat fun and made me smile. And let's see how it plays out in an arena also. It's a very young crowd with their phones. Oh, we are the generation of phones, aren't we? Rather than just enjoying the moment. That little girl already knows the lyrics, look. She's loving life. I didn't make this comparison before, and I'm sure obviously I won't be the first one. Are some people hoping that Estonia pulls off a result like Moldova a few years ago in Turin? That was similar vibes from that song, and that song seemed to come out of nowhere in the end. to do very well for Moldova. Yeah, it's okay. I thank you for anyone after obviously watching the semi-final result saying go away and listen. It obviously didn't come across as well in the studio because some people who love this song weren't disappointed necessarily, but they were like, Shane, don't let this be the first and only time you engage with this song with this recording version, because this is already sounding much more infectious than my first impression. I'm just thinking, obviously, with Estonia being so close to Finland and with Finland sending what they're sending, these aren't comparable because, yeah, you're not allowed to, well, for some people, you're not allowed to call Finland a fun song because there's a serious message behind it. I do love being educated on my channel. But also, there is something kind of fun slash, I would say it's kind of credible. You've got those traditional instruments. Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is a jovial entry in any way, shape or form. There's just elements of it. It makes me smile. I can see, yeah, this is obviously massively elevated by being in an arena. I know there was a crowd in the studio, but obviously this just naturally gets elevated, particularly in regards to how they're deciding to perform it. But the sound of this song, it does require the energy of the audience to kind of elevate it slightly more. I was alert. Listen, before I started watching this, I was like, right, okay. I remember enjoying it, but moreover, not enjoying it in the way that a lot of people love this song. Because, yeah, this, again, I get a lot of my feedback through Twitter. And I remember when this first song just came out, there was so much excitement and buzz on Twitter about this song. And I just remember watching it in the semi-final being like, yeah, it's it's upbeat, it's pleasant, it makes me smile, it makes me jig. But I wouldn't necessarily say from that I would go away and think, yes, love this song. It's a guaranteed top 10, top 15 in my personal ranking. But I'm glad this is much better than I remember it being, because I was about, like I said, before I pressed play, I was like, right, Shane, what are you going to say? Because I know people love this song and you thought the song was okay when you watched the semi-final, but this is coming across so much better in the studio version. The camera angles, it's much better, and the song's coming through a lot better, so I totally get why people told me to go away and listen to the song, and not judge purely based on that semi-final performance. That is much better than I remember it being. Like I said, I was a bit nervous before watching this one, because like I said, I did know that there's a lot of support for this song, inside and outside Estonia. It's a fun number, and like I said, it is airing on the side of credible in comparison to Finland. So as a result, it's not going to alienate people in regards to people watching being like, oh, this is just a joke entry. It is very much within the vibe and within the vein of Moldova a couple of years ago, in Torino. And that did extremely well for Moldova. That came out of nowhere. That was extremely infectious. And I am enjoying the synchronized dancing. I don't remember enjoying that element in the semi-final. Okay. Yes, I do get it. I think that there are certain songs that I know like aren't really my vibe, but when people like rave about them and there seems to be a mass following with them, I'm like, it's not my vibe, but I get it. And, you know, will this be a song that I go away and download? I don't know now. I kind of assumed not after the semi-final. But hearing that in this arena, they've changed up the sound, because like I said, the beat and the melody and the production came through a lot more clearer this time round, which made it much more accessible to my ears, and therefore more likely for me to potentially move away and put this onto a playlist. Like I said, I can't remember whether I preferred this or Ollie when I watched the semi-finals. But nonetheless, remembering Ollie's song, I did think Ollie's song was good and there would be people out there that would tap into it. But I don't know whether there would be enough people. It's not like Norway where they're trying to do something new and different with that kind of rock edge. I think it would have done well for Estonia, but this is a bit more of a gamble. And I love gambles at Eurovision. And that's normally what pays off. Obviously, it can really not pay off. But that's the point at Eurovision. If you send a gamble, it can go both ways. But when it pays off, it pays off. So let's see if Estonia can do a Moldova, Torino, because it has the makings, the potential to do that. So, yes. So those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. Do comment below. If you're still here and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Click the notification button so you're informed if and when I post videos. And yeah, until next time, stay safe.